Randy and I were married for 21 years, but together for 30. We were taking a trip to Croatia, Slovenia, and then we are going to end up in Venice. We had been to Venice once before, and we were so excited to get back there. So we were on our trip, and everything was beautiful. We were having so much fun, and he became ill. And he had to be rushed to the hospital. When I got there, the doctor said he's suffering from a massive subdural hematoma. He needs an emergency craniotomy or he won't make it through the night. I was in shock. And what a craniotomy is, which I honestly thought was old school, how to fix that, a brain bleed, is they remove a large part of the skull. He survived and spent 3 weeks in the ICU, but he was not coming out of the coma. I contacted the embassy because I figured somebody needs to know I'm here besides, my family who's, back in the United States. Luckily, Randy and I always took out travel insurance, which included medical evacuation. Ironically, I had verified that before we left. So we get back to the US and a lot of tests were taken. By the third day, a new doctor came in and he said right in front of Randy, after I told this doctor specifically that Randy is a lot more responsive, and I said he knows that so is me. He kisses me back. He knows. Doctor said, well, only you would probably see that. And he said, you need to make a decision within a few weeks of when to let him go. I gasped. I got him moved to another ICU, and total change. Everything that doctor said Randy would not do, he did. I learned early on that if he was going to survive, that I was going to have to be the quarterback for the team.
And Shirley is a big dreamer. She has big ideas. She's pretty much the complete package because she has the passion. Unfortunately, she has the experience, and she has taken it as making something out of it.
And what I wanted to do then for my Sargento family, so they wouldn't have to go through what I went through, if I could help them in any way, whether they're traveling abroad, whether they're find themselves wanting to know how to advocate for their loved one, I wanted to help.
So my role was to listen to all of her ideas and dreams, and she graciously gave me permission to put it in structures of how can it come alongside Sargento's culture. She also wanted something that would come alongside the EAP program. She wants to know, she brought in a piece that would help support not just the employees on the front line, but to support managers in responding with an empathetic filter. And I said, Shirley, you're such a smart cookie. And she looked at the screen and she said, that's what Randy used to call me. I said, then that's the name of our project.
It's called Sargento's Life Planning Series, and it's broken down into 3 buckets. And the first bucket is end-of-life planning, international travel, emergency preparedness. And the third piece is grief support in the workplace, because people don't know how to talk about grief.
COVID has taught us many lessons, and one of the lessons that it's taught us is that people have become more aware of grief work and what grief looks like.
I took him to the hospital then 2 days later, and that's when I could be with him. They said, there's nothing more that can be done. I said, there has to be. They said, his brain is tired. It's his time. And I had to tell my husband that as much as I fought for him, there's nothing more we can do. And I was laying in the bed next to him, and we just cried, both of us. He had this expression of such peace. And then we had to say our final goodbyes. And our love story ended. So I think this is my purpose, you know. And then working at Sargento, having a company that cares for its people and allows me to get on a platform to do this. Our dream is to have this not only go county and statewide, but national wide.